Drivers know sitting in traffic is never a pleasant experience, and for more than a year we were told the construction project on 495 leading up to the Lincoln Tunnel would bring traffic on the highway to a standstill, and so far that has not been the case. I'm actually headed to talk to a representative from the New Jersey Department of Transportation to talk with them about the 495 project, but also why drivers need to remain vigilant to make sure those major delays don't happen.
So this project actually has 12 different stages to it. We're currently in stage 4.
Steven Shapiro is the communications director for the New Jersey Department of Transportation. He's taking me on a walkthrough of the 495 construction project that's already underway. It's a relatively small project with big impacts. The most disruptive part? Shutting down one east and westbound lane that began in mid-August. Let's break that down real quickly. The span was built in 1938 and it looks every bit of 80 years old. The span runs from about Route 3 on the left side of the screen to JFK Boulevard on the right side of the screen. You may or may not heard of those routes before, but the section being repaired is just short of the Lincoln Tunnel, and as one of the busiest tunnels in the country, you've probably heard of that one. Even still, there has been some confusion about the scale and location of the project. Steven tried to clear some of that up over the deafening noise of this construction project.
495 bridge over Route 109 that we're working on is about 1,100 feet long, and the work zone essentially goes from the on-ramps that come from the New Jersey Turnpike and Route 3, and then across the bridge to about Kennedy Boulevard. So that's pretty much our work zone. That's well before what's called the helix, that teardrop that goes into the Lincoln Tunnel. So that's part of the Port Authority property. There is a project that's going to be done on that several years down the road after we're complete.
Okay, so now we know where the work is taking place, and before we get to what work is going on, let's look at how it's affecting the commute and the remarkable job drivers are doing keeping the dreaded 495 Carmageddon at bay. In order to get the heavy work started, the DOT had to make a few lane changes and closures on 495. The traffic on the left side of your screen is headed eastbound toward the Lincoln Tunnel and eventually New York City. The traffic on the right is headed westbound. Both lost a lane of traffic and add about a 5 to 15 minute ride to the commute. But the coveted exclusive bus lane in the center, that remains and is partially credited for helping ease some of the expected traffic woes.
The exclusive bus lane heading eastbound, and that utilizes one westbound lane in the morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Approximately 1,800 buses each morning utilize that bus lane, with more than 60,000 commuters heading into New York City. We also have closed access from the 31st Street ramp here on the right to 495 westbound. And what that does is that removes approximately 1,200 vehicles per hour from getting onto 495. And that therefore allows westbound traffic to flow fairly smoothly, and therefore it won't back up into the tunnel while we have reduced lanes during the construction project.
And it looks like our fellow well-informed and prepared drivers are the main reason why we haven't seen those major backups that were expected.
We really appreciate all the commuters who have listened to the message, taken it to heart, and adjusted their travel, whether it's taking the George Washington Bridge or the Holland Tunnel into New York City, possibly going across Staten Island, the Verrazano Bridge in that way. All those things, with people using all those different alternatives, has really helped keep traffic moving. Now, there are some delays. Generally 5 to 15 minutes is the average that we've been seeing, but it's not awful, but we do appreciate people's patience throughout construction. It's going to go on for another 2.5 years.
It's going to be a while before drivers see the light at the end of the tunnel. In the meantime, work continues replacing the deck of the bridge and updating the 80-year-old columns. It's a job that clearly is much easier said than done, and our cameras caught workers pulling out the old concrete and steel to make way for a new deck. Much of the work is actually happening under the deck where drivers might not be able to see, including reinforcing columns and safety rails on the bridge. And while the work might not be seen, you can definitely hear it. It's loud.
One of the first things we did was sandblast when we started work. So we removed all the old paint, some of the rust, and then this was coated to basically make sure that it's going to be in good shape throughout construction. Now, what it looked like before it was sandblasted and coated, if you look across the way, that's the ramp from 495 westbound to 109 southbound. And you can really see that rust and deterioration on that ramp. That's what all these piers looked like before the project started. And to get a sense of some of the work that we're doing, you can see that guide rail up on top there. You can see it's kind of bent and twisted, and then there's a missing section. Years and years ago, a truck unfortunately went through that, and that steel's in very poor shape. It's weak. There is construction barrier there, and it's been up there for years for safety. But part of this project is it's going to redo all of that safety railing there, as well as rehabilitate the steelwork and the deck.
As Stephen mentioned, this won't be an overnight fix. The lane closures will shift from lane to lane as the project moves on for the next 2.5 years, but no more than one lane going each way are expected to be closed, and the total price tag is projected to be $90.3 million.